How's it going, everybody? So, I want to get back into this fascinating situation here. Let's get back into it. What was I going to tell you? Oh, Charlie Kirk comes to 9/11. Well, what a coinkydink. And Charlie Kirk also comes to Alex Jones, and Alex Jones in the Jewish Hebrew, which is the most biblical, is 11/11. Our big target date. What's up with that? What are the chances of that Alex Jones would come to 11/11? Let's click it. Let's just click Alex Jones. There's our date, 11/11. Well, isn't that special? Wow, right? Seriously. And November 11th, was there something I wanted to show you there? I guess not. What else was there? George Bush to our rising day, 28985, 79 years, 4 months, 7 days. So 47 on the rising day, 79, which is murder in simple gematria, 7945 on the 86ing day. So Trump's two presidencies, 45 and 47, are coded. Remember, George Bush opens iPet Goat and followed by Barack Obama. And that's an AI site, of course, that put that together, even though they had a front man, according to Alex Jones. Remember, the guy came on the Alex Jones show. And Barack Obama's birthday happens to be. So my son, his dad, Bush's birthday. My birthday is also 7/6. My son's mom, Obama's birthday, 8/4. She's a different year. I won't tell y'all what that is, but Obama was a mixture of my son's mom and dad, his mom's birthday, and my year in 1961. And Obama will be 23,477 days on the rising day. That old 77. That's a long story. Not sure what all this. Oh, the 869. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that right now. And Miss You came up, I think, in the 869. So I ran the Rolling Stones Miss You, and they do have it's to the 8016 day, 47 years, 6 months, 1 day. So FOR 761, the amount of verses of combined 761, Revelation and Daniel combined. Um, the other Miss You 17,343. 343 is 7 times 7 times 7. What else did I ponder? The 11/5 of 1955 when Marty knocked down the Twin Pines to 11/11. I don't know. Nothing really jumps out. I guess I was just looking at it. And that's really about it there. Remember the C and the K, the 11/3, which is Kurt Cobain is 11/3 code. Kurt Cobain was on 4/8. And to pin the X Cross America total solar eclipse coding, turning point comes to August 8th spelled out, which is 88. What else did turning point come to? 177, 69, 147, 66. And it's 735, 1062, 177, like we said. What else does it come to? Benjamin Netanyahu. The Mark of the Beast. Yeah. So when you see all these Turning Point t-shirts, they're saying Mark of the Beast t-shirts. How special. Also comes to the Jesuit Order, 4th of July. These are big deals, folks, sports fans. So back to, I'm sorry, the release of iPad Goat on their YouTube site. 48.79 on the 79 day. 79 is murder in simple gematria. 13 years, 4 months, 8 days. 1, 348. 348 is murder, and 48 is his name, both in the same base cipher. So it's saying murder, his name. And that's July 3rd, 2012. Now, one thing I did want to show y'all is how the date, I believe it's October 5th, that is the match. So yeah, after October 5th, the 11/11 date, these are the things that it hits on. When the flag, the 37 progressions, flag fell at the 2012 Serena Olympics, London Olympics, when the flag fell. The American flag fell. Highlander release date, Dog Day Afternoon release date, GoldenEye, the gold man with his right eye wound. GoldenEye, James Bond 007 released on 11/17. Knives Out Toronto, October 2nd, 2001, just for giggles, because I combine the Donnie Darko date with the year 2001. It's a direct hit. The Tom Hanks 201 Corona typewriter tweet. Hitler's FAKE death on April 30th, 1945. The Who? Founding date, 4/7/1948. If you include both dates, it would be when he said, "So I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you see me for a while." Including both dates is also Calm Before the Storm, speech or statement. Uh, Dog Day Afternoon, Al Pacino, Bruce Buffer, It's Time, Day of the Dead. Release date, March 11th, 2020, when the WHO declared the global illness. What do you know? Rising date, Mission Impossible release date. Oh, yes. Perfect. Saturday Night Fever. Release date of the soundtrack, which was found at the Georgia Guidestones. The World in 2020 Economist cover on 11/22/2019. The Bill Maher eulogy of Trump on 8/7/2020. Barron Trump's birthday, The Dark Knight. Release date of 7/18/2008. George Floyd Day of 5/25/2020. RFK assassination date. Actually, when he died, excuse me, not the assassination date. The actual assassination date, if you include both dates, is a direct hit. Yes. Julia Roberts' birthday. Remember, she is Mystic, the queen of Mystic Pizza. Pizza GATE, which is really about the Gateway Arch. And remember, Julia Roberts' birthday is 10/28. The St. Louis Gateway Arch, its birth is also 10/28. Bill Gates' birthday is also 10/28. And the Trump inauguration date of January 20th, 2017. This is all the Rising Day hits. If you include both dates, these also hit on the Rising Day of 13/11 or 11/13. Trump birth, so his born again. It's, if you include both dates, direct hit. So his birth. The book release of Trump, The America We Deserve. Death of Napoleon, real or imagined. So the Bill Maher eulogy on 8/7 on a Friday was actually uploaded on 8/8/2020 on their YouTube channel. Osama bin Laden birthday, Sean Connery birthday, Harvey Spencer Stevens birthday, who played Damien Thorne. Remember, Damien Thorne, same initials as Donald Trump. Damien Thorne, he's the Omen kid, the actor that played the kid in the Omen, Harvey Spencer Stevens. Well, I should say the name Damien Thorne was the 666 character. It's the same initials as Donald Trump and the same amount of letters, and both went to military schools. I think that was in The Omen 2, where he then went to a military academy. And Trump, of course, went to a military academy. Assassination of Garfield, 1881. Billie Eilish, birthday. She sang No Time to Die. And you have a 2015 Blood Moon Total Lunar. It's also, if you include both dates, Donnie Darko release date at Sundance and 28 days later release date. 1979 Total Lunar. Eye of the Tiger song, 404 in length. Hunger Games release date, you better believe it. War, Death, Famine, 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 Hunger Games. March 13th, 2020, when the USA had the LOCK placed upon it by the eventual AC. And when including both dates, this last 37 progression to the rising day is Trump Election Day 2016, 88 November 8th, 11 times 8. Uh, wow, right? So the release date on their website of iPad Goat to the 86ing day is 4,888 days. 698 weeks. Remember Groundhog Day 2009. Moving forward was 332 days left in the year. 332 times 2,009. It gave us the 666, followed by a 9, then the 888. The 698 links it all, and it is 698 in the weeks there. So we know that 888 is his name in the English gematria, 6 times English ordinal or 6 times simple gematria, but it is a cipher code on their website. And 48 is his name also in one of the other 4 base ciphers. So you literally have 48 followed by 88. If we were to show you that, we would just key in. So it's his name in reduction. A while ago, we talked about the 38. I'm sorry, what did we talk about? We talked about the fusion of 34 and 48. Remember the 1, 3, 4, 8? That's his name in reduction. Now I want you to look at murder in reduction. And there's the 34. So when you see the 3, 4, 8 combination, it's a fusion of murder with his name. Yep, can't make it up. Next, we want to run to the film Tenet. 5 years, 2 months, 16 days, 216 is 6 times 6 times 6, and James Bond's car tag. It is 62 months, 16 days, 6216, 216 double coded. That is to the 86ing day. The film Tenet on their 9/3 date, and it has the 9/3 release of Tenet built into the days of their other release date, their premiere date. If you then go to the 9/3 wide release, it's 1895. We know that 89 is in the number of his name, Donald Trump and Donald John Trump in the Hebrew gematria. That's 589 and 1189. So there's your 89 code. It's 1895 or 1897. Very cryptic, but very meaningful. One World Trade Towers opening, 4028 on the rising day. 11 years, 10 days. There's your double One World Trade Tower, 1110. Remember, it's 110 stories, the World Trade Center twins. One was the horn, of course. If you look at, it's a personal cipher of when the gate, it's a 37 progression of my personal cipher of when I had my right eye wound. Who remembers that one? Well, ooh, sorry. This is the bullet building right here. The building that's a bullet called the Gherkin, 30 St. Mary Axe. It opened on April 28th, 2004. Well, the bullet building is 786, 7 days. There's your 86 in between the sevens. Watch this, 21 years, 6 months, 14 days, 216, fused with his birthday, 614, 21614. Folks, that's amazing. The Gherkin, the bullet building, the building shaped like a bullet in the city of London. And look at the hours, 188808. Can't make it up. They've completely nailed it. When they walked on the moon, I'm sorry, when they claimed they walked on the moon, 56 years, 3 months, 22 days, 322, heavily coded on the 86ing day. I forget what that is. Oh, what was that? 5/1, 1968. I have already forgot just that fast. That's on me. That's on me, 100%. So to round this baby out, my right eye wound is a 37 progression to the right eye wound day. It's 1,295 days. I documented with y'all when that right eye wound hit me. Let's see if we can find it. My right eye wound. Let's see if we can find me at the gate. Yeah, I opened up a gate and busted my right eye, and blood came down. And I just don't know where I put that video. Hang on just a quick second. Let me find it for you. It's somewhere. That was my second right eye incident.
Yeah, I just opened up the gate, y'all.
It's just there, right there, and it's at my right eye. Of course, it's the camera's turned around, so it looks like my left eye, but that was my right eye. Busted up my head pretty good. Um, so I'd already stopped the blood, and that's interesting. So it's a direct hit to that. That's pretty fascinating. Oh, if we go back and look at that, um, let's go back and find it again. Well, my right eye. I'll show you the date of it.
Yeah, I just opened up the.
So it was April 26, 2002. I mean, 2022, April 26, 2022, April 26, 2022. There it is, 1295. Take the 1295 and it divides evenly by 37. It's a it's the 35th progression. Imagine that. It's a direct hit. It's a direct hit. Yes, indeed it is. When the Batman movie came out on March 4th, 2022, It's a perfect 1350 days to the rising day. Remember, 1350, I mean 135. The 135th prime number is 761, the amount of verses of Revelation in Daniel. They coded both in the dark night. And we've shown you all that before. And I don't know if I put that on all my channels. I will take a gander at that real quick. Did I put that on all my channels? Yep, 761 is the 135th prime number. And we showed Bruce Wayne's car tag had the 135, and minutes later, they showed the 761 on the bus, the school bus, for 761. That was within minutes of each other in the Dark Knight. I don't think it was Dark Knight, right? Yeah, it was Dark Knight. So, yep, fascinating. What else? So yeah, it's a perfect 135 to the rising day. If you look at the 86ing day, you have your fusion of 348 again, which is murder 34 fused with his name 48, 1348. So that's coded a couple times. 44 months, 7 days. 404 is the amount of verses of Revelation. 7, of course, is the big number for cleansing in Revelation. There it is. There's the other one. And then Top Gun Maverick. What did I do with Top Gun Maverick? Top Gun Maverick was 527. That would be going to the rising day. That's when he becomes Top Gun Maverick. It's 1266. 66, of course. The number of his penthouse, even though it's 58 stories high, because 66 book of the Bible is the book of Revelation. The Donnie Darko date to our 86ing date, 13554. So 135 is coded again. If you look at that first total solar of the tetrad of total solars, where all four had the midpoint of August 12th, 2022, the day Sirius the Dog Star also rose. That first total solar on 12/4/2021 to the rising day is representing the church. 1440 days. That is perfection. It's 3 years, 11 months, 9 days. There's your 311 code fused with 119 Donald. If you run it to the 86ing day, it's 1438. Remember, 38 is death and murder in the base ciphers combined. And 3 years, 11/7 is coded. 207 begins in minutes. That's his name, 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. 2424 is in the seconds, which is Jesus in Strong's Concordance. That total solar is a big deal. If you go to the other total solar on April 20th, 2023, 936. If you include both dates, it's 937, which is a very gigantic personal cipher for me. By the way, it's 133 weeks. Revelation 13:3 coded, heavily coded. If you run it to the rising day, it's going to be 938 days, death and murder. That did deliver the flower full moon, which if we run that to the rising day, there's your 923 code. And that's what your 923 is really all about. 2 years, 6 months, 8 days. 68 is his name and Antichrist in the same cipher. So let's now go to the two total lunars that bounce off these dates. 1275 or 1277, death or rising. The other total solar was on 11/8. Remember, those two total solars were 88 days from the midpoint of August 12th, which is also the midpoint of these two total solars. That's impossible. And yet it happened on the day series the dog star rose. That's August 12th, 2022. So there's your 1101 to the 86ing day. It's your Twin Towers coded again with 110. If you run that total lunar to the 86ing day, it's 1099. It's an even 1100. It's 3 years, 3 days. But if you include both dates again, it would be 1100. But if you don't include both dates, it's 3 years, 3 days. 33 code. Now let's look at the midpoint date of August 12th, 2022 to the 86ing day. There it is. I haven't even looked at this yet. Look at that. 187. 187. And on the rising day, I want you to look. 1189, which is his name in the Jewish gematria. The Jewish Hebrew, Donald J. Trump. 1189. There's your 888 and 148. Look at that, 1189. From the day Sirius the Dog Star rose, which was also a double midpoint of two total solar and two total lunar eclipses. I knew that would be the biggest cipher ever in the history of all ciphers, along with another gigantic cipher, which to me is the total solar in 2001 from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. But there it is, 1189. It was 88 days in both directions to the two total lunars of May 16th, 2022 and 11/8, 2022. Those are two total lunars. You had two total solars, which were 251 days in both directions. That was December 4th. Again, that was 144 coded. 144 days, 1440, 1440 days. Oof. What did I leave out? I left out the most important thing on that one. And I mean the most important thing on that one. Let's go to it. Let's find it. When you run that first total solar of 12/4/2021, of the four total solars, two total lunars, two total solars, but that first of the total of, excuse me, of the total eclipses, I should say, two total lunars, two total solars. 12/4/2021, you run it to the rising day, it's 1440. Folks, 440 is Antichrist in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. And it's 3 years, 11 months, 9 days. 11/9 is Donald, which means world ruler. This is telling you, this is the Lord telling you through his eclipses that we have our date. This is mind-blowing, people. Absolutely mind-blowing. That the day Sirius the Dog Star rises on 8/12/2022 and is also a midpoint of two total lunar eclipses, 88 days in both directions, and two total solar eclipses, 251 days in both directions. August 12th, 2022 to the rising day is his name numerically 1189. Donald J. Trump. And that's where when you key in SIX, 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 you get his name. You key in 666 spelled out, you get Donald John Drumpf, and we've shown you many times that Drumpf was the family surname. Drumpf was once Donald Trump's surname. So let's look this up. The AI didn't spell it right for me. So Drumpf was once Donald Trump's surname. And of course, yes, there's Drumpf. And it says Trump's paternal grandfather, Frederick Trump, changed the name from Drumpf to Trump. And Snopes even tells us so, or they sure used to. Wouldn't be surprised if the AI took that down. Was Donald Trump's on Snopes? Was Donald Trump's family surname once Drumpf? And of course, it says yes. The surname of Donald Trump's family was originally Drumpf. So when Donald John Trump, that's why it says here is wisdom. Count the number of the beast. It's the number of a man, and it's 666. So there you have it. 100%. There you have it. You have it all. I love y'all. We got our date, 11/11, which is really 9/11.